everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I'm Taz. This is Moisty on that side, and next to him is Eggy.
What's going on, everyone?
G'day, guys. We're finally back, eh? Finally back.
I know, bloody Matildas in State of Origin.
Matildas, yeah.
Sickness.
It was good to watch, though. I don't watch much soccer. So.
No, it was
Mate,
good to watch.
Sensational. I think it was fantastic for the game.
Good to get amongst it.
Absolutely. So sorry for our absence, everyone, but we are back.
That being said, though, I don't think I'll watch any more soccer.
That's true. I'm with you on that one.
I probably will.
It was a good break, but that's all it was.
I'll probably watch the highlights, and that's about it.
I just liked it because they're like on a Monday and a Wednesday, so it filled in the week a bit.
Yeah, and it was just Australia. Like I think I like most things Australian.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch any other team play unless they were playing Australia.
No,
how
exactly
good is
right.
it though that like the whole country gets behind our national teams, no matter what it is, really?
Yeah.
No, it's good. Aussies are pretty good like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
smack on.
Get around it.
100%. How you boys been anyway?
Yeah, good now.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm a bit nasally tonight, but we'll get some cold and flu up here. We'll be right.
Get the old pseudo.
Yeah.
I got that today. 9 a.m. I went down and got that today.
Work's a treat. So you didn't work today?
No, I did. Yeah,
Oh, you
left
did?
work at
Jeez.
9 o'clock to go get it because got me through the day.
Crazy. Got a joke for you, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ready?
I had to write it down because I'm terrible at remembering these things.
Laser focus.
How does dry skin affect you at work?
Don't know.
Don't know.
You don't have any elbow grease to put into it.
All right, I'm shuffling up my dad joke deck of cards.
Yeah.
Pulled one out.
It got to be better than that one.
Hey, that was quality.
How do you make an octopus laugh?
Tentacles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well done.
Tentacles.
Yeah. Because it's got tentacles.
Yeah, but what's the joke? Tentacles.
Make him laugh. Tickles.
Tickles.
10 tickles.
Oh, tickles. Yeah, tickles makes more sense. You said tickles.
Yeah, I tried to put a gap there.
He's butchered your joke there, Eggy.
That's all right.
That one to Eggy. That was Billy Brownless. He'd be getting a no. No good.
Hey. Rude. What a weekend of footy.
Was a great
No,
weekend of footy.
another good round of footy. I've never found myself cheering for West Coast harder in my life.
is that for the draft pick or?
Where he's coming home, boys. I was singing this every time West Coast kicked the goal. He's coming home, coming home. Tell the world how he's coming home.
I had to laugh. Todd, see you guys. See you next year. Literally the next day. Hey Taz, can you add me back to that chat?
Yeah, get rid of it. I was pretty angry about losing it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know I was playing Rocket League with you when I beat you.
I was not excited about that, and then I won a couple hundred on the tab, and I sort of got over it.
But you beat yourself. I didn't beat you. You beat yourself.
Yeah, no, I've made some terrible decisions.
So, see how we go against Nick this week.
Let's hope you can get up. Is this Nick? Which Nick is this? This is your stepbrother, isn't it?
This is my stepbrother, Nick. Yeah.
Tell him he's not invited next year.
All right. Let's get into the games.
How about that? 6 games clear on top of the ladder. I'm out in straight sets.
Are we going? You on? Oh yeah, in Supercoach.
That's insane.
It's because you're bragging all year that you're going to win.
You get knocked out already.
I was out first round.
May as well pay me now.
but I did like all during the week. During the year, I'd never done it. My team was. I changed maybe injuries or if they didn't play. I didn't worry about my team. But when it come to the stress of finals, I suppose I was there up at night, like changing the team, and I should have just left it. I leave the team, I win by 250 votes, but I've tried to micromanage it, and you've got me by 40 in the end, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't much, and my team was terrible.
Yeah, my team was worse. Jeremy Cameron, he's never coming in my team again.
You say that now.
All right. Friday night was a cracker.
Was a cracker.
Can you talk us through this one? Because I think you were at the game.
I was at the game. This is where old mate got caught with his shirt off. And it
Yes, in the tackle.
had his nice reggae for a fair while there, and the crowd kind of loved it.
25,000 followers he got from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, got 25,000 followers on Twitter, I think it was, after
Yeah,
got caught
Instagram.
without his shirt on. Instagram, yep.
Instagram.
Yeah, he was on a few podcasts throughout the week. I didn't listen to any of them, but did you guys catch him on any of them?
No,
Nah.
I didn't. I missed you inviting us to this game, or I would have come.
Oh, yeah.
Then I woke up just before the game. I'm like, oh, geez, I could have come to that one.
And that
Todd's
going with Brosser and his
gaming.
wife.
Oh,
Todd's
yeah.
either gaming, sleeping, or working.
That's how it works, mate. That's how it works. I'm up about 3 minutes before this show.
It was a pretty close one till the end there, but yeah, they just sort of got away from us.
Yep.
Still, like 24 points isn't a huge.
Nah, it's four goals. That's what I thought. Like he had Darcy Moore, and he would have saved 2 of those goals, and then had to go in. He might have got an extra goal for us. So
Yeah,
only
correct.
one
And
goal behind.
Both teams tonned up. I'd like to know how often this year that's happened.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it happened a fair bit.
I
would
didn't
have
think
thought
it had this year.
Oh,
Maybe at the start, but I think it
I
started
think
to
at the
die
start
off.
it might have.
Yeah, but it was. I think you guys, you're not going to lose top 2.
No,
Top two.
no, we can't, I don't think we can lose top 2. Oh, no, I don't think so. Unless Port Adelaide win by a couple of hundred or something.
That being said, they take top spot. They then play Melbourne at the G.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne come in heavy favourites to that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so at the moment.
But I was listening to watching the news before, and they said that Darcy Moore and Nick Dacos are likely back for the qualifying. So I'm pretty sure the first round is the qualifying.
No, this. Oh, it is the first. No, qualifying second round. No, it is the first.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Qualifying. But then again, they're coming back underdone.
Yeah.
Not saying like as done as a professional athlete that hasn't played a game can be. But they're still going to be underdone, I would have thought.
I'll check out the ladder predictor, and then that will give me. Where is it?
I think it's gone because there's only 1 round left.
No, that's disappointing.
Told me. Qualifying final. Now, qualifying's second round, I believe. Because you're qualifying for.
Well, it's elimination for
elimination's
the
the first one, that's it. Oh, but it might be qualifying for that.
I think it's qualifying. Yeah, because it's like elimination for bottom 4 of the 8, and then it might be qualifying for the top 4.
And then semi,
and then
quarters.
Semi, then prelim. Or is it prelim, then qualifying?
Then quarters. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is. But I think I heard he was back round 2 of the final, so I wouldn't expect it to be round 3 for a qualifying. Because qualifying could even be just before. No, I'm pretty sure it's round 1. Round 1 of the final, the qualifying final. If anyone's in chat can help us out with that, we're sort of struggling a bit
here.
Majorly, we are. I think you guys finished top 2.
They finished top, don't they?
Well, it depends. If we lose to Essendon, then
he's a second. No,
and then Brisbane win. They because of their percentage points are exactly the same as us. So ours will go down and theirs will go up, and then they'll be on better percentage.
And St Kilda's been pretty good though. St Kilda were insane last week, so you don't know.
Yeah, they've hit a bit of form at the moment. Saints.
Yeah.
All right, we better move on to the next game. We've spent like.
So it's your team, North Melbourne versus Richmond.
North Melbourne. Yeah, they showed a bit of heart here, North Melbourne, until like they've been all season up until about 3/4 time, and then just fallen away a bit.
Yeah.
The last sort of 8 weeks for you guys have been better than earlier in the season.
Yeah, they've been good, as I said, until 3/4 time. Like they need a preseason. You wait till Sheasel gets another preseason. I mean, that man's running on top of the ground at the moment. He's just gone past the most possessions ever for a first-year player.
Yep.
He's just broken that record, which was 575, and he broke it with 38 touches on the weekend.
How long's he contracted for now?
I got an extension, so 4 years, I believe.
Oh, nice.
North have got a really good young group, and they've got Clarko too. So.
And they've signed a lot of the young ones for a few years at least, or
yeah, I think so. Larky signed, LDU signed, Simpkins signed, Sheasel signed, Warlaw signed. I can't see if they get Harley Reid, I'm pretty sure he'll come in with an extension pre-signed round 1.
So do you reckon they'll have him forward?
Oh, I think so. I think him and Zerha will be down there.
Yep. With
But then you never know. He can play across
rotations
the half back too.
Yeah, he's pretty flexible. He's a big boy too.
Yeah. But then again, he's a bull in the middle as well. So, you know, he might pitch hit out of there. North will be insane in a couple. Me and my brother will go.
So looking at the midfield, you'll have Wardlaw, Sheasel, Reed, LDU, and Simkin rotating.
And Thomas. Thomas was
Thomas.
insane
That's 6
on the
players
weekend.
to fit through there.
Yeah, Thomas was insane on the weekend. But then you just start there. They're also going to pick up Sanders.
Is he forward or?
No, Academy's midfield. Genuine midfielder.
So that's 7.
And I've been hearing Sanders' mate. So they both grew up playing Tassie footy together. I forget the name of the kid. So they're going to have probably 9 or 10 genuine midfielders.
So in that situation, do you think that there's a risk at losing some of the midfielders to other clubs?
Depends how well they'll gel. And because you say that, but look at like the Richmond they had when they were winning all their flags. And who else was it? Say Brisbane, those 3 Pete Brisbane did. They had 8 or 9 going through that midfield.
Yep.
So you don't know. You don't know until the players might get there and not be happy. They might get there, gel, all be mates and want to play the rest of their life together. You don't know.
Yeah. As long as they're flexible with their positions as well.
And if you're winning, it makes you want to stay. If they come and don't gel and lose, that's when players, like you look at GWS a couple of years ago, they had the elite of the elite, but couldn't gel. And then they just started dropping like flies.
Yeah. And they're still sort of struggling with their salary cap as well. But hey, they've surprised me this year. Speaking of, let's talk about their game actually. Talking about surprises.
GWS. Oh, how good did they play on the weekend?
Jesse Hogan really showed what he's capable of.
Now, was that Jesse Hogan or a lack of Essendon defense? Because I know he was good, but I don't think he had someone on him half the day.
I think it was both. His work rate up and back was really, really quality. Something I haven't seen from him in a long time. That's what he used to play like in the VFL when he was kicking 8-9 goals a week in the VFL before he even got drafted.
Well, let's hope he keeps going with it because that's left them a big chance to make finals now.
Yeah, that percentage boost that they received from that is massive.
Well, they just need a win this week now. They can't afford to lose. They lose, they open the door for Bulldogs.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Essendon aren't a chance because they're going to make up 17%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Essendon are going to make it.
Well, they lost 7%, losing by 132. So GWS would have to lose by 132 and Essendon win by 132.
That's insane.
So that's just rough maths. That's not exactly what I started. Something insane like that.
G'day, Turtle. Flag pies are coming.
Flag pies, I'm not sure, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Might only be the 4 and 20 pies you're talking about there with the flag.
I was reading into something earlier in the week, and for the last 8 or 9 years, no team losing 3 of their last 4 games have won a flag.
They also have had injuries that come back though.
But that's the other point. No, that's the next one I was about to make. The last 3 or 4 years, the premiership winner has won the last 4. Hitting form coming in. So by that, it's out of Sydney and Carlton.
I don't think Carlton will.
They're my favourites to win it.
Really?
Even from 5th. You get the bye at 5th. They're rocking.
I'm not confident. No team has won it from 5th position.
Bulldogs won it by 8th because of this bye. 7th. But because of this bye, the bye after finals brings every team into it.
Do you think so?
You're rested. I said this when they first brought in. Bulldogs wouldn't have won that year without that bye.
But look at how many teams lost after the mid-season bye.
Yeah, but it's a different line like this.
It's different coming to finals and everyone's got the week off.
Everyone's got a week off. It's not like we're coming on a week off into a team that's already up and running.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's coming for a week off. Everyone's starting back there, but everyone's fresh. Everyone's ready to go. That end of year buy, and I've said it. There's the top 4. Yes, you get the double chance, but you sort of need it. Like, who can't win 4 games in a row? If you
Turtles
look at
just
that
put
top 8,
Sydney were robbed that grand final. Everyone knows that. Well, Sydney's lost a few grand finals lately, and so have Brisbane. So, well, not grand finals, but
well, that's it.
Brisbane.
Brisbane will be a.
They
So
got-
I don't think it's the top 4. I reckon the top 6 can bat here.
Yeah.
Top 6 or so, even Sydney. So Sydney, probably not saying Kilda. They're still in with the chance the way they played on the weekend. But yeah, I could say even at GWS, you can't rule them off.
No, you can't. You can't rule
Everyone
anything
can
out
win this year.
at the
Like,
moment.
normally you get the bottom 4 where you think, oh, they're not a chance of making it.
St Kilda's still only kicking 88 points. Well,
Yeah, but they looked good on the weekend. They were attacking brand of footy on the weekend.
And they kicked 16
look
behind.
special.
yeah.
They look
Well, yeah,
special on the
you
weekend.
convert half of those to goals. That's huge. Huge. Actually, so we know Carlton beat Gold Coast to lock in the first finals spot in 10
Yeah,
years.
so to get Tassie up in a bit.
They sort of flipped it. Last season, they sort of losing the last few games by a few points. Now they're winning games by a few points.
Yeah, and they've said they've learnt from it, and Charlie Curnow going back is part of the game plan as that spare.
Yeah,
But
that was good by them last. They won in the
They've got to
game.
fix those slow starters, no. You can't be starting like that in finals. You can't start
definitely
like
not.
you start against Gold Coast in the final.
I do think Gold Coast did start well, but I also think we were hungover from the Melbourne game, and it took us a while to get running.
Yeah.
Just while we're on that Gold Coast, if anyone wants to put a bet on this weekend, Gold Coast to beat North Melbourne is a sure bet, as I think I've ever seen in the last 20 years. North Melbourne will not win that game.
For Harley Reid.
They will play to win that game. if you want the $1.30, I'd put your house on. There's no chance North play to win that game.
You don't reckon?
I'm going to clip this if it comes back to haunt you.
LDU's probably going to miss. They're going to rest.
He's very
Warlord.
injury prone.
Yeah, I think he's just got a sore foot, but why not rest him now, get him going for next year, have him up and running. Warlord's going to miss because he's got tightness. They'll rest him. Wouldn't be surprised if they give Shees a rest, although he's breaking the record again, so let the man go. Let the man cook. But yeah, I think
we'll talk about the upcoming matches in a moment.
Yeah.
Getting ahead of ourselves. But Turtles put in chat, Carlton's win wasn't convincing, in my opinion. They did enough. That's what good teams do now.
Each to their own.
Was a win.
Good
how
teams.
convincing can you go winning 9 on the trot?
But also, good teams just get the job done now.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to smash every week.
It's like Collingwood at the start of the year. They weren't smashing teams, but they were like just winning in some of them. Just doing enough. Like beating Port Adelaide by 1 point, beating Adelaide by 1 point.
And then the most controversial.
Just before we move on to that, just quickly, and again, it might be my bias here, but is Charlie Curnow in the top 5 players of the game?
Yes.
I wouldn't think so.
I
don't. Even when they were saying Jerry and Cameron I don't think forwards do enough to be up there.
Okay.
Like, yes, he's kicked 70 goals for the season, but that's his job.
But if you were a forward, he'd be the first forward you picked in your team?
Me, yes.
Probably. 100%. How old is he?
Because
it depends if you're looking to build a side, but probably
25.
Early Jeremy Cameron, I would take over him.
He's 25, and his field kicking is elite. Like a 60-meter
I'd put him in the side. Like the side's better without him. Oh, with him than without him.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. They were talking about it on one of the podcasts I was listening to during the week. And probably the best forward in the game. And then someone asked the question, would he be one of the top 5 players in the game? Because usually midfielders cover the top 5 or 10.
Depends what you look at, because I would arguably admit that defenders should probably get in before forwards. So if you look at Sam Taylor, what he's done at GWS,
he's been fantastic.
That he'll never get recognised for that, but
he should get all Australian.
Yeah, he should be all Australian. Like, he'll get recognised in that way, but I rate those players above the key forwards because he's stopping them kicking.
Yeah, I like both. I like both. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that question out there. Moving on, what were you saying, Moisty?
St Kilda Geelong, I was about to skip over, but that was, as I said, I watched that game. When was that? That was Saturday day, wasn't it?
Turtles
Afternoon, I
got
think.
Dacos, Track, Bont, Sicily, Marshall would be the top 5 this year.
Yeah, see, I'd arguably have Sicily above him. I would. Sicily be above him because that's more that interceptor defender role.
And what about opposition teams now doing what Melbourne did on the weekend and using a lockdown forward on an interceptor?
I like it. I like Hawthorn's the only team doing it, but the job he done on Oliver till 3/4 time was insane.
No, that's midfield. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about, taggers. I know what you're talking about, but
Oh,
I reckon
yeah.
every team should have. We used to, like, every team used to have the cooler or the shutdown player to deal with the ablets and they've gone away. But Hawthorn's shown on the weekend that you probably still need that.
Yeah, and Goodwin wasn't too happy about it in his press conference either.
About the
Basically
tag.
saying that he doesn't want to get the ball.
Oh no, but that's not his job. It was
Correct.
like
His job is to stop Oliver getting the ball.
it was like Fremantle. What's his the pest? Couldn't care less if he got touches.
Oh, Crowley, was it?
Crowley couldn't
He
care
was
less
a
if he touched the
gunner.
ball.
Him and De Boer were my two favourite taggers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, back to the St Kilda Geelong. Like St Kilda played real well. I don't know if that's just Geelong slipping away, but St Kilda showed a bit then. I thought very different brand of attacking football.
Yeah, they've started games well the last few weeks. They dropped off against Carlton, but then the games since then, they've been able to maintain it and continue that form.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Then
Next
probably the
one,
most controversial game of the round was the disallowed goal or the point after the siren. Oh, it wasn't after the siren. It was in play. That was the problem. It wasn't after the siren. If it was after the siren, they could have done it. But there's been a crowd clip circulating of an Adelaide fan saying it hits the post and he gets a better angle and it's hit it up the top.
I still don't see it hitting the post.
I agree with him. It's hit it up the top. They're looking at the wrong time. And I don't know why we haven't checked Snicker.
Snicker, it's there to be used. I've hardly seen it used this season.
Yeah.
But I 100% think it was a goal.
If you run that footage coming through, would have denied all for Snicko. I know the players hit the padding sometimes to deck it off. I don't think anyone hit the padding.
The ball wasn't even close to the padding either.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they had to run the full Snicko, I reckon it snicked up the top.
I disagree, but what do you think, Iggy?
I missed it, so yeah, I'm not sure what he's referring to. I have to go back and have a look at the TikTok.
But that being said, that umpire got dumped for that too.
And they did an investigation into it, they said.
Yeah.
And they're talking about changing like the goal review from 5 seconds to 13 seconds or something now.
Well, that wouldn't have mattered because the goal umpire, if you watch that clip again, he signals a point straight away. As soon as that ball crosses, he signals a point. He's seen something. Sydney done the smart thing and played on. And then you can't bring it back. You can't go, put time back on the clock, stop the play. The goal umpire's, no, it's a point. It's a point. Now, let me give you another thing. 20 years ago, we were even talking about this.
Correct.
Before the arc. Are we better off not having the arc? Considering how inconsistent it actually is.
I think they need to improve the technology because the technology that's available to them is better than this blurry crap that they've got.
Than what they're using, yeah.
Yeah, you look at other elite sports and their vision is clear. There's
Well, look at the World Cup. If a goal crossed the line and the keeper thought it was saved, they had full high definition images of how far the ball crossed the line, centimetre perfect.
They could use AI to replicate where the ball was like projected to go and everything. Yeah. So, yeah.
Welcome, Kelso.
Hey, Kelso. Yeah, well, then we had to improve it.
Yeah, so Sydney wins that game. That knocks Adelaide out. But that being said, you take the good with the bad. Adelaide won a game a couple of years ago, very similar fashion.
Yeah.
So it does happen. It doesn't just happen to Adelaide like these Adelaide fans would make you believe all week.
Every club's got supporters like that, though.
You take the good with the bad. It's happened. Move on. You're not getting compensation. They're not changing the result of the game because they can't.
No.
They
Buckley's
kicked out a
come out and
goal.
said
There's
that they
45
should.
seconds.
Buckley's come out and said that they should take legal action. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that. But
Yeah.
that goes through. There's 45 seconds. Sydney go out of the middle, down there in goal.
Yeah, correct. Could have gone either way.
Minute, like you can't just give them the game. And what legal action are you going to take? Like I've heard they want compensation for travel allowance or something next year. They don't want
That
to
is
pay for their own
correct.
travel or something. It's all a load of hooey.
And ball sensor. Yeah, you're right, Calzo. They asked Gillan McLaughlin about their chip technology in footballs, and they've been so hesitant because they're worried that it'll change the trajectory of the ball. Well,
I have
watching
heard
a
this.
round soccer ball, clearly that's not the case.
Yeah, but that's round balls are different to our oval. So you put a chip in an oval ball and there's more weight, even if it's only, I don't know, a gram or something
Put it with the laces.
on the toe. You could do
Put it
that.
where,
And
put
what
it
if
where the laces go, because you've already got weight there.
the other thing was too the amount of time it gets like kicked, I think they've trialed it and it doesn't work.
Yeah, okay.
They did trial it, but they can't get it in the football to make the football fly the way they want it and without it getting damaged.
Well, they'll keep working on it because chips are getting smaller and smaller, as we know anyway.
And I think there was a goal on Friday night, whereas it didn't hit the post, it didn't hit the pads, but it hit the flag behind the post. And then that was counted as a goal too. But I think there was images later I was seeing on TikTok that might have hit the pads as well. But
I've seen that go the other way. If the hits a flag, they normally call it a point.
yeah, that's what we saw. Yeah, it was called a point because it hit the flag. But I wasn't sure
flag,
if it,
I think that's the correct calling.
That's the correct call, yeah. If it hits the flag, it's a point. So that's part of the goalpost.
Yeah, absolutely. Next game was the surprise of the round. Bulldogs going down to West Coast, and it was in Melbourne.
Surprise for two things. Tim Kelly absolutely tore this game apart.
Yep.
Was it in Melbourne or was it in Ballarat? Or
no, it was in Melbourne.
Marvel, yeah.
It's at Marvel Stadium. I was watching a lot of me Sugar Show Win the Fight during
Sugar Show. We'll talk about that later.
I'm wearing his sugar. But we watched the second half of this game and Tim Kelly tore that game apart.
Tim Kelly of Geelong style.
Yeah, I would argue better. And West Coast looked better than Bulldogs. I don't know if Bulldogs was like, but West Coast just looked the better team.
I reckon Bulldogs it got a bit happening off the field.
But then you look at that, Bulldogs had more shots. So they kick accurate, they win. That
is true. Did you see? I found it quite fascinating after the game. Adam Simpson, the West Coast coach, wasn't really that emotional about it. He kind of still looks a bit deflated. And he did make a comment, and I'm not sure if it was like in jest or having a dig or something like that, because he was basically saying, we tried to tank, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't laugh or anything after it.
You can't say those players tried to tank that game. They wanted to win that.
No, they did 100%. He was saying he was trying to tell them to tank.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't listening to him. That's basically what he was saying.
I think he was joking, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I think that's a joke.
Wow. And Bevo looked,
in trouble.
He cut his press conference short and everything.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Apparently
we're all eyeing off Simpson. I think Bevo's in trouble.
Yeah, I think so too. He 2016 got a flag. He's been there 10 years?
Yeah, I think so.
And got to a couple of grand finals. He's done okay. But
that midfield's elite though. They should be doing more than that.
Yeah, correct. So, and his comments in the press conference. If you get a chance, watch his press conference because it's just baloney. Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
baloney.
I didn't say it, but
I have to go back and watch it. Get on the AFL.
Move on to Melbourne Hawthorn. That was pretty easy game in the end.
Yeah, I had hope for Hawthorn to beat them, but
not this time. Me too. So Melbourne definitely won that, and then Freo Port.
Yeah, same. It was more of a. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that either. It was pretty straightforward though. Those last two games, you kind of knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, you expected, yeah. Expected
Exactly.
who was going to win, and it turned out that as expected.
Do you want to run through the ladder, Reggie?
All right, ladder. We got Collingwood on 68 points, so they're on the same percentage as Brisbane. So it goes down to this weekend who gets the minor. So if Brisbane get up over, I can't remember who they're playing now. We'll have to go. We'll go for that in a second. Collingwood play Essendon on Friday night. If Essendon,
Brisbane's against St Kilda.
it's a good game, but it's at the Gabba, so it's a big ask to win at the Gabba, which we're going to be able to watch for the next 4 weeks. I think one week, well, 3 of the 4 weeks anyway.
Yep.
Or actually, at least 2 of the 4 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, they might win the first, the second, the third. And
Yeah.
Granny's down in Melbourne.
Yeah, we'll see. So Collingwood are out in front with one game clear at the moment, but if they lose to Essendon and Geelong, Brisbane get up, we're probably take second spot. Port Adelaide, can't remember who they're playing either. We'll go through that in a sec. They're tied with Brisbane, but their for and against is a lot less. Melbourne's still on 4 points. I think they've locked
Port
in.
got Richmond.
Oh, Port got Richmond. So, but Cochin and Jack Rewald, are they playing or they're just?
They're retired.
No, they
That's-
finished last week. Yeah.
I thought so. Then we got Carlton on 5th, so they're cemented their final spot. Well, actually, yeah, well, pretty much.
Oh, St Kilda and Sydney.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Just they're cemented. It's just up to GWS and Bulldogs. And GWS have got Carlton, do they this week?
Carlton.
Yeah,
And
so it's-
Bulldogs have got. Who did we say they had? And Bulldogs had Geelong at Skilled.
Ooh.
So if St Kilda get up over Brisbane and we lose, they'll jump into 5th. We'll drop to 6th.
Yep.
Sydney have to make up a fair bit of percentage.
So
to be able to overtake us.
who plays? I think Carlton GWS is the last game of the round, isn't it?
We are the last game, yeah.
So it's all dependent on how the Bulldogs go and how good GWS will go.
Well,
yeah,
that's
so
it.
we'll know by now.
Yeah.
We'll
You'll know by
that game.
then.
But would
So those
say-
games
say-
theoretically should be played at the same time.
yeah. In saying that, if Bulldogs lose and you're GWS, would you rest half your players?
Well, not really, because they get the week off after.
Yeah.
So I do think Geelong's going to put half a side in. So it's going
Yeah,
to
they're
help
sending players for
Bulldogs.
surgery.
Yeah. Well, I think Jeremy Cameron's been fighting injury since he got.
Yeah, Cameron's going surgery. Hawkins going surgery. They'll rest Danger, maybe.
There's a few.
They might
I don't
have
think we
half a side.
don't really
No,
need
the
to
rest
go
of
any
the lab, we
further
don't
down.
need to know that.
Doesn't
matter
Essendon
anymore.
probably disappointed the second half of the season.
Carlton and GWS will play 2 games in a row. That's probably likely, isn't it?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Who said that? Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is likely. It is. That's all right. Last round for the tips.
It is.
Oh, we're on tips already, are we?
Yeah.
We are.
Wait, and then
absolutely.
new surprise leader.
There is.
Sammy's dropped the ball
Yeah,
one
she
round
has.
out.
Jim
Well,
Bob.
two rounds out actually because we missed the week before. So Sammy only got 4 that week, and I think most of the comp got 6 or 7. A few got 8 in round 21. So yeah,
Oh,
Sammy
you got
P's
6.
lost the lead.
Jim Bob playing in a final this Saturday as well at Moorabbin. If anyone's around, I'll be going to the game myself to watch
This when?
this Saturday,
Oh, yeah, I won't be able to make it.
11:30.
Nice.
Yeah,
So sort of just top 4 can win that, I reckon, this week.
yeah, I think so. Haley and Will, they got a bit of a double chance.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, not both get. Although Will
Husband
doesn't
and
get
wife.
the prize if it goes in.
Nah. So
That's
realistically, we want Haley to get the win.
Got the top
So we're
3.
looking for a perfect round, Haley.
All right, let's just rock into the tips, eh?
Yep, let's do it. I better get mine up because I.
All right. So
got
Friday
mine already.
night we've got Essendon, Collingwood.
We do. I'm going to go Collingwood.
Does it?
Give me a sec. I'll check.
You don't really need to think, do you? I'm going Collingwood.
I'm gonna check. I want to make sure I got it right. I went Collingwood.
And North Melbourne, Gold Coast.
I actually went North.
We're North.
I'll
This
go
is-
Gold Coast.
yeah.
This is
I'm
the
going
one he's
Gold
told
Coast
us.
'cause this is
Yeah,
about
I'm
as
changing
sure
that.
thing
I
as
am
it's going to
changing
be all season. The half a North Melbourne side will play that game. Hawthorn, Fremantle.
that. I went
Uh,
Hawks.
yeah, it's in Adelaide. Not Adelaide, in Tassie, isn't it?
In Melbourne.
Oh, it's in Melbourne.
No, Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll go Hawks.
But that being said, with the Gold Coast, now it depends if they want to win a third spoon. They might come out not wanting to fire.
Yep.
Brisbane, St Kilda.
Brisbane.
Yeah, I've got Brisbane. Geelong Bulldogs.
Oh,
I've got the Bulldogs because Cats are going to rest a heap.
I had Geelong and I've just swapped because the Cats are going to rest a heap.
yeah, Bulldogs it is.
Then West Coast Adelaide.
Adelaide.
I've gone West Coast.
I've gone West Coast because I think Adelaide are going to throw some angry darts
Yep.
and half the team aren't going to rock up. I do believe they're going to send a 2 side over there.
Yep.
Well, I
Through
feel
the AFL.
well. Actually, Charlie Kerner kicked a few goals on the weekend, didn't he? So in the end, so
Yeah, he's 8 ahead.
see, 8 was
Oh no, Tech's still. Yeah, they might
Yeah.
show up. I'm going back to Adelaide. They might show
8
up.
ahead of
Tech's.
8 ahead of him. Yeah, potentially.
yeah.
So that could be their whole goal for the weekend.
Like he could
Goal.
kick 10, but that means you gotta put only 2 on.
He's going to have to kick probably 13 or 14. I would
Yeah,
have thought.
no.
It depends though, because Kerno will have Sam Taylor on him.
True.
So
Then we've got Port Richmond.
But
Port.
Yeah, I got Port. Sydney Melbourne at the SCG.
I'm torn,
very torn.
but
This
I've
will
got
tell us a
Melbourne.
lot more about Sydney than it will about Melbourne, I think.
Yeah,
Sydney
think
get
so
over the
too.
line here, they're going deep in finals.
I've got Melbourne.
I'm changing to Sydney.
yeah, I'm going to Sydney.
And then Carlton GWS at Marvel at
I've gone
6:10 on a
GWS.
Sunday night.
We've gone GWS.
I've
'cause we've
gone
got-
I've noticed you have been going against Carlton a bit lately.
I have. I'm still not confident. I'm still scarred from the previous
Yeah,
10 years.
but maybe you just got to keep tipping against them, and that way it's going to bring you.
They keep
I
winning.
think,
Yeah.
I think I've tipped against them 9 weeks in a row now. No. Turtles gone. Pies, Suns, Dogs, Freo, Lions, Eagles, Port, Melbourne, and Carlton.
It's like the last two games of the round are probably the best games you probably watch this round.
I think.
Well, actually,
St
St Kilda,
Kilda
yeah,
will be.
Brisbane, St
Yeah.
Kilda, and Geelong Bulldogs, but it depends.
I don't think so.
If Bulldogs get away too early, then it's switch the channel, watch old Tex, see if he can catch the Coleman medal.
That's the comment, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Absolutely.
Well, we're moving on now. Sports review from Eggy.
Oh,
Yeah,
we go more Moisty's minute, but we'll get sports review. So we're going to stretch it out a bit. Dimmo going to Gold Coast. Obviously Moisty's been calling it for the last 7 weeks, or probably longer.
Mate, it was as soon as he left Richmond, there was nowhere he was going except I've been saying this.
But do you reckon Trent Cotchin and Jack Rewell got word of it, and that's why they retired a week early?
I think they were going anyway.
Like a week early? I just thought it was odd that they went a week early. Well, I suppose they're going to Adelaide this week.
I think that's why, and I think it's. I thought Zeeble retiring last weekend was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they're
but
playing
they're
in Melbourne.
same thing. I think they're not.
Maybe is there anyone else that North can retire? 'Cause I feel like the last 2 North home games that they've had someone retire.
Yeah, just trying to give them all the send off.
Yeah. So is there someone else they're expecting to retire?
It's only Toddy, but I think he wants another contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they're playing in Tassie, and he didn't want to go to Tassie.
Yeah, true. Like you probably
Is that
won't
the- is
stop
it-
the last
Is
game.
that the game
playing
that's in?
Tassie.
Is that the rest of the game that's in Tassie? I thought the Hawks were playing in
So
Tassie.
that's another one. North could show up for that one and win. So
Yeah.
you'll see their mindset on Saturday. If they win that, it's probably going to cost them. They'd have to trade for Reed, and I don't see him getting Reed if they win that game. So it depends if they want Reed or
maybe
if
in
they
their
want
rights
no
they
Spoon.
don't need him.
That's
Maybe-
my thoughts.
Well, that's another thing, but yeah, you'll see on Saturday they might rock up, try and win, and still lose. You don't know.
Dusty, it's the Suns. Lock it in.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I've been saying that, but
and the talks of Buddy
going on-
going as a coaching role. And...
going on Dimmer's response in the media, probably not.
No, it was pretty.
He said he's not going to move, so he's going to have to tie up a fair bit of their salary cap to get him there early. Because apparently this is a rear-ended contract, so this season will be on about 1.4.
Yep.
And maybe
Okay.
next year when he comes out of the contract.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
okay.
money to pay to bring a player to a
Oh,
club
it's
that's
huge.
going to catch the first team. Like maybe next year he can come up, but I don't think. I've been saying all year he was going until I learnt he was on 1.4
True.
with his contract.
True. What about Prestia?
He reckons he's gone too.
Wants to go back to Brisbane or Gold
Oh, he
Coast.
wants
Up
to go to
that way.
Queensland, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
both Queensland clubs are onto that.
He's another one who, when he's getting a good consistent run that's injury free, he's a great player.
Yeah.
But he just can't get on the park. So, all right.
Then let's go. Talking about sports. The FIFA Women's World Cup took over Australia for the past few weeks. So it was good to see. Matildas came fourth, third to Sweden. Spain beat England in the final, going 1-0, and they become the Lionesses. But yeah, it was a good game.
Lost.
Yeah, they did. But saying that the Lionesses won and all how it played out, Sweden. Do you reckon Sweden could have got robbed for second place because they never really got to play England? I know.
That's how soccer works, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
That's how those brackets work.
But do you reckon it should have like a losers bracket or no? How they sort of get a second chance and try and play their way for a what's that? What's it called when you're
in the Rocket League sort of format?
I don't know if that kind of would work though, because you've got third place fourth, while first place second, and then if third wins against fourth, then you've got to get third to play second. So
I know that's the extra game. That's why I thought there's like a losers bracket. Like it's first plays second, and then like they lose. Like the losers brackets, they sort of got to play twice.
Have an extra game, so first has a week off, while second place. Oh no, but you'd have to play 1v2 first, and then play.
But that's why.
Yeah.
If you do it in a losers bracket, it's like a second chance sort of thing.
Yeah, but then the grand final wouldn't be the grand final.
What they could do is they could have it all like, you know how you got your top 16, everyone plays everyone, like, and then it just keeps bracketing down to the top final 4 teams.
Yeah,
they could put them into like what they do with the group stage, where they all verse each other once.
Yeah, that's a lot of football.
Well, that's why instead of having the top 32 teams, cut it down to the top 16. Or
you think about it, they only play like 6 games. 5
Yeah,
games.
but then if you've got this top 16 playing each other, that's 15.
No, only when it gets to the top 4.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
The final 4 teams. So you got to work your way through the top 16, through the 32, through the 16 to get to the final 4 teams.
How long's the World Cup been going?
I know, it'll never change.
Don't break it with a good system. Like they've been around this long, so it's not going to change, and it probably shouldn't change.
I love the FIFA games and World Cup in FIFA and stuff, but anyway.
Now back to my favourite moment of the weekend.
Oh, well, we haven't finished yet. Like Australia's next match is in the 27th of October against Iran, where they start their qualifying for the Olympics next year in France. So I think they've got. Sorry.
What's the time zone difference between here and France?
I don't know.
I can tell you, mate.
Yeah,
because it will be very interesting to see if they get the same support when they're on the opposite side of the world.
They won't from us.
That's what I mean.
No, we definitely won't, because I remember during the Olympics.
So right now it's 12 midday in France.
Yeah, so if you add 6 hours onto that, we're going to get 2 in the morning when they're starting their night time.
8 hours.
What?
8 hours behind.
So it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning.
But it's 12 o'clock over there. They start the games at 6, so you add 6 hours onto us. It's 2 in the morning when they're going to be playing their nighttime football. Not many Australians are going to get up. So they're 8 hours ahead of it. So if it's 12 midday over there now, add 6 hours on, because that's when the nighttime games start. So then add 6 hours on to 8 p.m. now. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. So their nighttime games are going to be 2 a.m. I don't know about you, but 2 a.m. on a Monday, I like to sleep before work.
I'm 100% dead to the world.
Even a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch any of the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah.
So, Kelso, there's already 64 games in 3 out of 4 weeks. Yes, but the teams themselves, like, you only play 3 games in the group stage.
Yeah, so I reckon cut out the group stage and go straight to eliminating from the top 32 to get down to the top 4.
You
Yeah,
need the
gotcha.
group stage to get to the 16.
32. Or 16, yeah.
Yeah, but like cut it out and just go 32 straight down to 4. You know what I mean?
So he's saying having a top 32 in the World Cup instead of 64.
I think they only have 32.
Yeah, they do only have 32.
Oh, well, then just play a 32 bracket, he's saying. So you start 32, you play one, but then you don't know who plays who.
Yeah.
Just to draw the hat.
I don't know. They're
And
just,
if England gets Spain first round, it is what it is.
But that's not what they want. That's entirely not what they want. Those two teams playing for a grand final.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, Eggy. Back
So,
onto the.
UFC 292 was on the weekend with the bantamweight champ. Oh, you might have to help me with the pronunciation of this word.
Jermaine Sterling
put his belt on the line against exciting fighter Sean O'Malley. You might have seen Sean O'Malley's a few little TikToks lately. He's been doing a lot with collaborations with like celebrities and that. But O'Malley has had 18 fights for 16 wins and 11 by knockout. But
one loss, which doesn't count. The Sugar Commission took that loss away from him.
They did.
16 and 1 no contest.
Yeah.
There's no loss on the Sugar Show's record.
And he knocks out Sterling in the start of the second round. I think he just caught him on the chin. It was an uppercut there, and then just laid down a couple of
That's an overhand right.
I wasn't overhand right.
Overhand right. So if you've seen the Conor McGregor versus...
I've not seen any UFC.
Who'd Conor get in 13 seconds? Against...
His wife?
Oh, jeez, I can't even think.
I can't even think who got 13 seconds either.
The bloke who was champ for 10 years.
Oh, Ronda Rousey.
She's had a chance of one, and then I went and watched her in Melbourne. She got smoked.
Yeah. Well, you keep going. I'll work it out.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, UFC 293 is in Oz on September 10. We've finally got our main fight with the middleweight champ, Israel Adesanya. Takes on the 5th ranked Sean Strickland. He was supposed to play Duplessis, but
Jozo Aldo.
Oh, what's Aldo?
So if you watch that
Jose.
Jose step back.
Isn't he our Prime Minister at the moment?
No.
So if you watch that fight, if you've seen the Conor Aldo fight, that's exactly how the Sugar Show one played out. He went forward, Sugar Show's back, bang, crack, same thing.
That's when they made that McGregor song too. Was it?
Oh, they've got a heap of McGregor and him clips now. It's like they get them side by side, and they're identical. So they're all lovey mates now too.
It's Israel takes on the 5th ranked Sean Strickland. He was supposed to take on Duplessis. I did notice that Israel's Adesanya is fighting for Nigeria now. He used to be fighting out of New Zealand, but he's got Nigeria under his name now. So
he's got that now. This is a big lead up. I can give you a lot of things. So Strickland's out of Africa. Non saying he's more African than Izzy.
Yeah.
I'm blacker than you, sort of thing. So it's a
I
whole
did see that. Yeah.
And Strickland's been calling, you might as well be Chinese, and it's a full sort of I'm more African than you sort of thing. That's why it's all happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also worth mentioning is the heavyweight Tai Tuivasa takes on Alexander Volkov. Hopefully knocks him out, and old Bam Bam does a shoey.
The shoey. He's mad. He's brought the shoey.